Too big for a garden, too small for a farm. That's a small holding. And today we're going to reveal 5 tools that are perfect when you're stuck in the middle with us. Hello! Welcome to English Country Life. Welcome to the garden on a glorious sunny day. My name's Hugh, and together with my drop-dead gorgeous wife, Fiona, we run a small holding here in rural Lincolnshire. Now, if you've got a garden and you need to move some soil, you use a spade. If you've got a farm and you need to move a lot of soil, you use a tractor with a front loader. But what if you're somewhere in the middle? There are a bunch of tools that we've discovered over the years running our small holding that are that perfect middle-sized tool. Too big for a garden, too small for a farm. And today we want to share 5 of them with you. We'll put some links down in the descriptions. They're all simple to use, but they really made a difference to our operation. As a small holder, trust me on this, you're going to spend a lot of time using a Barrow. This is mine and I love it, and it's special and it's different. Let me explain to you what's different about it. It has an enormous tub on it. It's like twice the size of a standard builder's barrow, and that makes a huge difference to me. Very recently, we had 15 cubic meters here of wood chip, light, bulky stuff. And if I'd used a normal builder's barrow to shift it, then I would have had to make well over 100 additional trips. But using this big beast, it was much, much simpler. And it's fabulous for things like soiled bedding. You'll often find people in equestrian areas use very large barrows for precisely that reason. And you know what? If you're moving something heavy, you don't have to fill it, do you? The other thing that's fabulous on this is it's got 2 wheels. And the 2 wheels mean that it's stable. So when you've got a muck fork full of heavy soil bedding and manure, when I'm logging and I'm throwing logs into it, it doesn't fall over. And that is fabulous. As I'm sure you know, it's been hot and dry again this year, and this has been a theme now, and we're starting to see it. Now, if you're a gardener, you can water your veg plant with your garden hose until the water company put another hose pipe ban on, or you can even use a watering can. If you're a farmer, you can't use a garden hose. A, it would cost a fortune in water. B, it ain't big enough, and C, there isn't a tap where you need it. So around here, the farmers build these sort of artificial reservoirs, and they fill them with water from glasshouse roofs and all the rest of it, and they can use that water where and when they need it with enormous pumps. Again, we're stuck in the middle. But what we do is we do something similar. We do harvest rainwater, and we put it in these big IBC tanks and other things. But it's getting it where you need it. And the best thing we ever bought is one of these. It's an above ground Hozelock compatible pump. And what that does is it draws water in from anything, from a water butt, from a well, from a stream, from a pond, from an IBC tank, and it pressurizes it up to normal mains pressure. So you can use sprinklers and you can spray water at a decent level. You can connect it to one of these, which is a dirty water input, and just drop the end of that with a pre-filter on into any pond or stream or what have you. Or you can connect it up with a bit of hose pipe to a Hozelock adapter on your water butt, and most water butt taps come already Hozelock acceptable, or to an IBC tank, or to anything else you've got where you've got water. And once it's pressurised, it cuts hours off your daily watering. This is the new version of the pump, and I thought I'd show you this one because if you buy one now, this is the shape you're going to get, but they work pretty much the same way. Now, if I turn the water on, you can see I get a little bit of flow out of this hose, and it wouldn't even be that by the time I was down the field. But with the pump, that's the difference you get with an above ground pump. Sometimes you've got to move bulky or heavy stuff around that isn't really suitable for a wheelbarrow. Now, if you're a farmer, you've probably got a telehandler, you've got forks for your tractor, or even a forklift. When I was a gardener, I used the Mark I hand. But here, we need something somewhere in between again. And I'll tell you what, I'll go old school with this. I like sack trucks, all right? This one will move 1/4 of a ton easily. If I'm moving multiple sacks of coal, if I've got 2 bales of straw. Because it's got one of these handy dandy extending foot plates, I can get 2 bales of straw on this. I'm not cutting my fingers off with baler twine trying to carry one in each hand. They are absolutely brilliant, and we've actually got 2, and Fiona and I can pick a really massive heavy wooden coop up using 2 sack trucks and wheel it around. They're brilliant, they're cheap, and they save you back. There's dormer windows up there that need painting. The odd tile slips. We had incredibly overgrown hedges when we moved in here, and we needed to work safely at the tops of them. And I could go on. A way of working safely at height is incredibly important. And we bought a 5-metre aluminium scaffolding tower. Aluminium, because it's light, one person can put it together, although 2 people makes it easier. You can move it around easily and comfortably. I do advise getting the ones that have the splayed safety legs at the bottom that stabilise the tower. But honestly, when you work up a ladder and you've got a paintbrush in one hand, a paint pot in the other hand, and then what's holding onto the ladder, and you're a bit wobbly and you're up there, it's horrible, it's a nightmare. When you're stood on a platform with a safety rail around you, it's great. It's like working at ground level. It's so much more comfortable, it's so much safer, and it means that I'm confident to tackle jobs at height that I really wouldn't want to do up a ladder. These things are not expensive, and you can height adjust them. So we've used them even just to top off tall hedges, or we put on more sections and work at a great height. They are a brilliant thing, and if you've got to do lots of work in different places, I really recommend one. Right, this isn't a tool as such, but it's an important part of living on a small holding. Right, if you've ever tried to go to a farm and get the attention of the farmer, you know what it's like. You're wandering around the farmyard, you're bellowing, hello, trying to get hold of them, no idea where they are. But in this modern day and age, you know, we order a lot of stuff from the internet because it's cheaper and because we can get a variety of things we can't get in the local villages and towns, and then they have to be delivered. We also keep our gates locked to stop rural theft, which is a real thing. So a friend comes round and wants to have a chat. How do I know they're there if I'm down the field? Well, we've got 2 approaches, old school and new school. Let me demonstrate old school. You can hear that quite a long way away, and it's not just a doorbell in the house. I can hear it if I'm in the yard or the workshop or what have you. But we've also got the Ring doorbell. Awesome bit of kit. When somebody presses that, it will alert my phone whether I'm down the field, whether I'm running a rotavator, even when I've got earbuds in, listening to audiobooks. I know there's my mate is at the gate. I can see him, I can talk to him, I can go, hold on Dave, I'm on my way, I've got beers in the fridge. When we started off small holding, we had that old case of, you don't know what you don't know. I didn't know about above ground pumps. I didn't know about aluminium scaffolding towers. I'd seen the professional stuff. I didn't know you could get home-based ones that were easy for one person to set up and move. And now that I do, I'm slightly in that place of, I wish I'd known that earlier. And I hope this video has exposed just a few of the tools that we use to you, and hopefully stop somebody going through the pain that I went through. There is a lot more we could do, and leave us a comment down below if there's particular tools you want to know about, whether it's gardening, hedging, fencing. Let us know in the comments what you want to know, and I'll do a part 2 or a part 3 or a part 4 of this kind of video. If you'd like to see those videos, nip down there and hit subscribe and the bell next to it if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, and you'll hear when those videos are uploaded. And while you're down there, if you've enjoyed today's, click on that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel out. For today, thanks for watching, and come back and see us soon. Take care.